So I talked about this happening a few nights ago and it started again. And, I don't know why. It's frustrating. All right, so itching. Why? When I'm getting sort of visuals, it's all over the place. And I'm getting other itches in it. What can I say? Well, today is my second ex husband's birthday. He's 39. What am I? 57. So, yeah, he was almost 23 and I was 41 when we started being in a relationship, living together, and all. And yeah, so for that to be itching, I mean, I know it's not about him. That would just be cruelty. But it is really that bad. That fucker asked me. I did not ask him. And then he fucking left my ass. He ditched my ass. He fucking left me for dead. But, I laugh plenty when I think about him. It's not, I mean, it was stressful. It was hard work. I was taking care of him after he'd been through a crisis. He was not completely nice to me. I was never good enough. You know, I mean, I am real tolerant. So, his family is obnoxious, but I did stuff with him because that's just the thing to do. So, yeah, so I don't think it's that. You know, uh, but yeah, he's 39 today, and yeah, getting old. All right, so I'm sure well, he already had more white or gray hair than I did, even in his early 20s. So, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Coke in a baby bottle. He grew up with some stress. But yeah, so I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. Uh, is it about a friend? Is it about a relative? Is there a marriage breaking up? Is someone about to meet someone? Is someone having a hard time because, like me, a marriage ended and they didn't end it? I mean, so how many years has it been now? It will be 9 years in the later part of September that he told me he wanted a divorce just suddenly. Well, here's the story. I was working on a portfolio assessment for student teaching. We had a couple of portfolios. It was extremely hard, and I've talked about it before. A Stanford developed Pearson assessment that no one should ever have to take. It was a Friday evening. I was working on it because I had to, because it was extremely hard. All right, I had a lot of work to do this semester. I student taught, and I thought, all right, I'll just work on this till 8 or 8:30, and then and then we'll spend the rest of the evening together. And I thought we'd just watch a show or something, and then he left. And when he came home, he was drunk and he had been driving. And I said, if you do that again and you end up in jail, somebody else is gonna have to get you out. And I did not yell. I was matter of fact. If you get a DUI and you get arrested, someone else is gonna have to get you out. So setting a limit, and not yelling. I mean, just so. So that was on Friday evening, and then that Sunday he was on his phone and he had his phone turned so I couldn't see it, and after a while I'm like, who are you texting? You're just curious because he was making such a show of it, and he said it was one of his brothers and that he was telling him he wanted a divorce. And I think, sure, he needs a divorce from his brother because that brother, he always, after he talked to him, he was always like, he was making fun of me, and stuff like that. But no, he was telling his brother he wanted a divorce. So, yeah, what happened? Well, I cried, some, not dramatic, just I was surprised and it hurt my feelings. And so, yeah, I don't know if it took only a day or two. Then it may have been the next week that was intercession at the school where I was student teaching, where it was kind of like a fall break and kids could be there or not. And and I had to be there, and I was so sick by the end of the week that I had to stay home the last day. Had no voice. And then, early October, he went out of town. He just never came home. And then, somewhere in all that, he told me that when they went to the beach in May, when I had a semester, a 3-week, 3-credit semester that I had, where I already had a graduate course that could have possibly transferred in for the program, from my previous master's degree in education. Well, I couldn't go to the beach with him and his mom and brother and his brother's wife because the class I had the class. Well, I mean, he was kind enough to let me know that they talked about me, and he had talked about how I'm embarrassing to him and different things like that, or was. All right, so yeah, all around unpleasant. And when he didn't come home, and I was concerned about him, and I wrote to text his mom or called her. I mean, she wouldn't even talk to me. That's how bad they are. That's just how bad they are. Pushing him. I mean, encouraging him to use me because from the start it was encouraging something casual, and then at the end, yeah. So I think his whole family. I mean, they all took, and yeah. I do want to know who is the live-in maid, and how are we related? Because no doubt we are. I mean, we're in the South, so yeah. When his mom was growing up. But, so yeah, I got to be his live-in maid for 7.5 years, and he left not that long before 4 years of us being married, and yeah. So yeah, I kind of go between laughing at memories and really serious anger because these circumstances are extremely hard, and he did that. And should I say he knew what he was doing? I mean, did he? I mean, did he care? Does it matter? Well, I think about his age when he did that, his age when he completed his MFA. Yeah, well, good for him. I mean, oh, I mean, really. He didn't just get something on sale. He got a freebie, man. I mean, way fucking more than a freebie. And yeah, and he asked me if I wanted to get married, and I mean, how could I say no? So yeah, and then the fucker just ditched my ass after I had said, after he came home on a Friday night, after he went out to his studio and got drunk, and I was at home working on something so I could complete student teaching, get licensed to teach, and have a stable job. If you get pulled over and you get a DUI and you go to jail, someone else is going to have to get you out. And that was it. So, yeah, I mean, alcohol, I guess, that's more important to him than many things probably. But yeah, so I don't think that has anything to do with him. But it can feel kind of cruel sometimes. It's like, what, I mean, yeah, because do I still have grief? Well, I have hurt. What can I say? And frustration. And it goes really beyond that. I've been pushed very fucking far beyond limits. And I think about him being competitive and again, these things, being critical and shit like that, sometimes you tolerate because maybe it seems like the mature thing to do, but yeah, so what's going on? What's going on out there? Is it someone who has died and who's communicating with me that I cared about? I don't know. Because he and I wouldn't have gotten married. Is it someone, if there's somebody's about to have something exciting happen, is it something where something is falling apart, you know. Uh, I don't know, but I can't ignore it, you know. It can I it's been happening a lot lately, quite a bit, and sometimes it's, you know, here. One time I was thinking about, I think I talked about this the other night, but I was thinking about someone I love who died in 2022, and you know, not romantic, but I felt safe with him. I felt calm with him. You know, I mean, and I was getting in bed and sort of starting to lay down. And it was like someone twisted the end of my finger, you know, and but yeah, sometimes it's here, but it's been right down here, and I don't know what it's about. I have rings that I can put on that finger, and when I was a child, there were a few years where I wore a ring on that finger, and the first one I had was a turtle. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I hope it's good luck for someone. It's been a few months, I think, but my mom and I were at a French bakery one Saturday, and I got a wedding cookie, and and I said, I hope this is good luck for someone else. And then when I was at the Italian place where I get takeout, and sometimes she and I meet for lunch, when I was there not too long ago, there was a box of cookies, and there was a wedding cookie or wedding cookies, and I'm like, wedding cookies, you know. But yeah, so I forgot last time I was at the French bakery to get one, and I should have, for good luck for someone on there. But yeah, you know, what is marriage? You know, crisis line comes to mind. Crisis line comes to mind, and yeah, that's what my shop was. But anyhow, yeah, well, I don't know, you know, are you intuitive? You know, do you know you're intuitive? Do you know when you pick up on things exactly what it means? I mean, I'm intuitive, but I don't always know, you know, and sometimes it's a matter of having enough patience, and maybe I will know and maybe I won't. But yeah, anyhow, you know, I hope it's good for someone out there.